So future plans. What is next after the first Frogman comes out? My plan is to do 3 of the awesome amphibian adventures before spinning off anything or working on any other projects. I want to make sure that everyone has 3 issues of this comic, so they know that we know what we're doing. We're putting them out. We got a story to tell. People are interested in what we got, and it's not a fluke because the first issue is probably going to do the best, right? As always, I'm not going to do like Eric July and put like 17 different first issues out, right? So I'm going to give you Frogman, more Frogman, more Frogman, and then at that point we'll make a decision as to which one we want to spin off first and which other comic we want to do.
You're going to complete your ill-advised arc before you move on to Alpha Core.
Well, that would be like 10 issues. My arc is 10 issues, but in the unlikely scenario, right? Best case, super best case scenario, we make fucking $100,000 on this comic, right? Then I think we'll go ahead and release a second issue of Frogman and then something else alongside it, right? Because I'll be able to get a team of other people to work on a second book concurrently with the first book. But I don't think we're ever going to have to worry about that, right? I don't think we're hitting that kind of money.
Not after Vito, no.
Yeah. And as far as the same creative team, well...
Would you like me to field this one?
Yeah.
Because this is kind of why I came in. Am I allowed to... Do you want me to just like sort of unzip the metaphorical pants and flop my metaphorical dick out on the table? Explain everything?
Yeah, metaphorically
speaking. Is there some stuff that needs to stay private, or... It's still going to come out anyway, Tony. We may as well just explain it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if we cast our minds back, Tony's original plan was he was going to have a creative team on each title. So me and TJ, it wasn't me and TJ to begin with, it was just me and Potion. So it would have been me and Potion doing Frogman, and then somebody else would have done like Jersey Blue, somebody else would have done Black Shogun, somebody else would have, like, it would have been a different team on every title. I started this, I think mid-January. It could have been a bit earlier than that maybe. And it is now mid-September. It's been 9 months since we started this, and I am not even halfway through pencils. So, and I think when I was away, locked in the basement for the 3 months there, I handed everything off to TJ for TJ to carry on. And I think TJ mentioned he had some business going on where he couldn't really devote all of his time to it. So
yeah,
the idea now is that me and TJ are going to complete pencils and inks on AAA #1. Then we're going to hand it all off to Ben, who's going to colour it. Potion Swordrun has dropped out now. He's dropped out of the team. So we're going to have Ben Amick come in and colour it when it's finished. Once me and TJ have done that, we're going to both step off the team for Frogman, or at least for the main line Frogman. We're going to do something else, which I'll get on to in a minute. But I have a while ago reached out to Zombie Boy and asked him if he would come in and do #2 if Tony was happy with it. I think Zombie Boy's agreed to do it now. I think he's going to pencil it, and then I would probably suggest maybe Ben comes in and inks and colours for the foreseeable, because they're quite quick. The two of them are. Zombie Boy's talking about like a 5-day turnaround per page, which is quite good, quite quick. While they're doing that, me and TG are going to be working on something in the background. We're going to be working on a giant size Awesome Amphibian Adventures, and it's going to be 96 pages. It's going to take about 3 years to make, and I'm not being funny or hyperbolic here. It's going to literally take 3 years for me and TJ to finish it, and then that's before we even get it coloured. So that's the sort of plan that we've got in our head for now. Our main focus, though, me and TJ's main focus, is getting this thing shat out as fast as possible, because it's taken us way too long at this point, and we want to now, especially the events in the last few weeks, we are determined that we release this fucking thing before Super Killer. I think that's kind of what we're aiming at now. for other things like Shogun and stuff, I know I wanted to originally pencil Shogun, but I'm not going to be able to devote any time to something like that where I'm going to be doing single issues one after the other. It would have to be like, I'm happy to jump onto like a backup story or something, and I think TJ might be okay with that as well, but I'm not going to be able to devote time to 26 pages, let alone 36 that Tony's talking about doing from now on, and 48 pages like he's talking about doing with Shogun. So
I'll be your Igor Chakal. I'll ascend to being Igor Chakal.
Yeah.
That's about it.
We'll remain joined to the hip, me and TJ, but whatever we do, it'll have to be something we're taking our time over, or we're able to take our time over. I reached out to, I think he's in the chat, Wingun, asked him if he wanted to hit Tony up for a sample script page for Shogun. He hasn't got back to me, so if he's still in the chat, Wingun, get on to Tony and speak to him.
Well, One Gun might be the right guy for the job.
Yeah, this is what I mean. He's a black guy, so.
No, I mean his style, but okay.
No, it's MCU, man. MCU stuff. You've got to have a black guy doing the black movie, Chinese guy doing the Chinese.
Oh, of course. Movie. Yeah, Ripperverse.
Exactly.
They also do that.
But no,
Grumpy says you got to get the first one out before Super Killer. Yeah.
And that's going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy because I thought he was. If he's telling the truth, he's almost finished. However, I don't know if I believe
at the same time, the damage he's done to Frogman is,
Yeah, forget all that.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Frogman sinks or swims on its own. It doesn't need anybody.
Yeah.
So that's that's the plan that me and TJ have got personally. It will be better for Tony to be able to hire a creative team going forward because it's going to be a lot quicker. In the like medium term to long term, I am looking at making statues and toys of all the Frogman characters. I'm gonna still design every character that is going to appear in these books so that we retain full rights over them, and then we'll make toys and statues and stuff, and we'll try and sell them. So ideally, like in the future, we'll have a big shelf behind Dalish where she'll have all of our toys behind her.
That she paid for, right? We're not
that she paid for with her own money. Or that Paul's paid for her. So yeah, that's the plan. Have I forgotten anything, TJ? Is there any other stuff that we have talked about that we want to expose?
No, that's about it. But like as far as I'm concerned, I'll be doing like webcomics. Literally Igor Chakal's job. That's me.
Well, so Gene Guy says the Frogman art is good. That's really good.
Thank you.
I'm glad you like it.
When you see the giant size, so the giant size is going to be a different. I'm going to do it a bit different. Anybody that's seen the promo image I did for Frogman v Octogator, the giant size comic book is Frogman v Octogator.
Yeah.
I'm not spoiling anything by saying that because we talked about it before. And it'll be 96 pages of just fucking balls to the wall action. That's how I would like Tony to write it. So. It's going to be drawn. It's going to be lots of double page spreads.
I don't know if it's going to be 96 pages of balls to the wall action because there's got to be a little bit of story in there.
There's a little bit of story, but mostly I want lots and lots of double page action shots.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of action. Just don't promise 96 pages of action and then they're going to count them and be like, well, actually, there's 3 pages of them talking, Tony.
It's going to be so much action that you'll be able to take pages out of it and put them on your wall like posters.
Yeah.
That's how much.
You have to buy 2 copies. So you can put,
So you can, rip one apart, yeah. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan as it stands.
Mm-hmm. All right. Summers One also asks, how many Frogman comics do you plan to do? Same creative team.
10, right?
So, no, I plan to do forever. As long as you guys keep supporting us, we'll still keep making it, right? And I said there's like a minimum, right? Not lose money. That's my minimum. If I put comics out and I break even, then that's good enough for me to go, let's do another one, right? As long as I'm not losing money, I'll be happy. I won't like it. Obviously, I would want more, right? I'd want more people to read it and enjoy it. But if that's the equilibrium, or I could do it and I'm not losing money, and then I'll keep doing it, right? When we start losing significant amount of money, like if I put out a comic and I lost $10,000, I'd really seriously have to reconsider what I'm doing here, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so forever. As far as the creative team, I am the guy. I'm the writer, the script guy. So yeah, that part of the creative team will always be me. As there's going to be no. I'm not gonna. I said it before. I'm not gonna hire a Chuck Dixon or a Mike Barron or anyone else to write or script. There will be things, and again, I have somebody writing a story for the second issue of Awesome Amphibian Adventures of a character they created for the world of Fabulous Frogman. And when we get closer to that, I'll reveal it. But so there will be opportunities for people to come up with things that. But anything I come up with, I'm going to have 100% creative control over it.
And anything that anybody comes up with in the chat that we steal belongs to us. Just by speaking in the chat, you have given consent.
Yeah, that was in the terms of service.
But you did read.
But yeah, so anything that I've come up with, any stories I'm going to tell, they're going to be mine. If I sit down with somebody, they're like, hey, I got a pitch, I got an idea for a character, we'll go from there on a case-by-case basis, right? But pretty much. As far as the artists and stuff, again, I'm willing to work with anyone who's willing to work with us, who draws well, who understands our process, our flow, our style.
Not Vito's artist. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
Not Vito.
Pretty much.
You know, that is a perfect example because
actually, yeah.
If you're not willing, obviously, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a script. You would give me art, and then I would be like, fix this, and it'd all be beforehand. I would tell you beforehand, hey, I'm going to, every piece of art will have a minimum of two redraws allowed, right?
Yep.
Just so you know, I'm not.
Anything.
Yeah, I'm not always going to use it, right? I might be like, well, that's great the way it is. Liam, I didn't have him fix anything, right? What he submitted was perfect. But I just want the option there available. So we both know that there's a possibility that, hey, I might tell you to fix something or change something or tweak something a little bit, right? I am, Finbar will tell you.
I'll be there, yeah.
Liam will, Finbar will tell you that I'm real picky on certain things. And then other things, I'm just like, yeah, go for it, right? That works. Liam's the same way, right? Liam will tell you. I submitted him a script. He interpreted it his way, and here it is. And I was like, yeah, that's perfect. It's not. It wasn't what I was envisioning in my head, but it worked even better than what I thought, right? Because I don't have a artist brain. I got a writer brain.
God no. So,
yeah. You see, again. I'm going to put that as the goal, right? Vito said we're only going to raise 5,000. I said I want to raise 20, right? So I think 25,000. If we crack 25,000, then we'll release the Tony sketch. Okay, that's how low the bar is. So you guys can see just the one image that I drew by hand with my hands that I gave to Finbar to sort of give him the idea of what I was talking about. And believe me, all respect will be gone. You guys will no longer respect me after you see the way I draw things.
I think people think they want to see it a lot more than they really, really want to see it. Because I've seen it, and I wish I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
So
it's like a dick pic. Everyone wants to see it until they see it, right? Like, I really want to see it, and then they see it.
That
splash
page got us in so much trouble. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's fair. You can get 25K on day one if you hustle. Now that man, I would. Look, if you want me to cry, okay. If you want me to cry, hit 25K on the first day, and I'll just break down like a.
The idea is that the first issue sales fund the second issue, and so forth, right? We're not in this to certainly not me and TJ. It's a labour of love for me and TJ. We're not in it to be millionaires. Otherwise, we would never have taken a back end deal.
That's right.
But the idea is that Tony will pump everything he makes into making more of these. It's not. He doesn't want to fucking cut town with all his money in a bag. He wants to make more. So if we crack 25K on the first one, it will pay for the team for the second one, and then so on and so forth. And hopefully, because the story's good enough, it'll carry. You're interested, and you'll keep wanting to know what's happening next, and you want to buy them.
Yeah, hopefully.
And you won't pirate them because pirating is bad, and you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.